In a move that has sent shockwaves through the global energy market, China and Canada have inked a significant oil deal. This landmark agreement is not just a simple trade deal. It represents a strategic partnership that could have far-reaching consequences for both nations. This partnership sees China's largest independent refiner, Rongsheng Petrochemical, purchasing its first shipment of Canadian crude from Suncor Energy. The deal is expected to pave the way for future collaborations and increased trade between the two countries. This agreement, set to commence in June 2025, signifies a strengthening bond between the two nations and marks a potential turning point in global energy trade dynamics. Analysts believe this could lead to more stable energy prices and a more balanced global oil market. The deal underscores China's growing appetite for energy as it continues its economic expansion. With its rapid industrialization and urbanization, China's energy needs are skyrocketing, making this deal crucial for its future growth. Canada, a major oil-producing nation, finds a willing and eager customer in China. This partnership not only benefits Canada's economy, but also helps diversify its oil export markets, reducing its reliance on traditional buyers. This agreement has the potential to reshape traditional energy alliances and redefine global trade routes. It could lead to new shipping lanes and logistical strategies impacting the global supply chain. The implications of this deal extend beyond the immediate exchange of oil. It represents a strategic alignment that could influence geopolitical strategies and energy policies worldwide. It signifies a shift in geopolitical alliances, with China and Canada strengthening their economic ties. This could lead to more collaborative ventures in other sectors, further solidifying their partnership. This partnership could have profound and lasting effects on the global balance of power in the energy sector. As these two nations work more closely together, the ripple effects could be felt across the world, influencing energy policies and market dynamics for years to come. Rongsheng Petrochemical's decision to establish a physical presence in Calgary, Canada, speaks volumes about its commitment to securing Canadian crude. This strategic move, coupled with the adoption of free-on-board or FOB contracts, allows Rongsheng greater flexibility and control over its supply chain. By taking charge of shipping and logistics, Rongsheng can optimize its operations and potentially negotiate better prices. This proactive approach highlights Rongsheng's ambition to solidify its position as a major player in the global energy market. This move is significant not only for Rongsheng, but also for the broader energy market. It signals a shift in the dynamics of global oil trade, with Chinese companies like Rongsheng taking a more assertive role in securing their energy future. The expansion of the Trans Mountain Pipeline in May 2024 was a game-changer for Canadian oil exports. This critical infrastructure project significantly increased Canada's capacity to transport oil to its west coast, opening up new markets in Asia, including China. The pipeline's expansion provided Canadian oil producers with much-needed access to new customers, reducing their reliance on the US market. This strategic advantage allowed Canada to diversify its export destinations and capitalize on the growing demand for energy in Asia. The increased flow of Canadian oil to Asia through the Trans Mountain Pipeline has far-reaching implications. It not only strengthens Canada's position as a global energy supplier, but also alters the dynamics of global oil trade, potentially impacting prices and supply chains. The recent China-Canada oil deal can be partly attributed to the protectionist trade policies of the former US administration. Threats of tariffs on oil and gas imports from Canada created an environment of uncertainty and forced Canada to explore alternative markets. These actions inadvertently pushed Canada closer to China, a country eager to secure stable energy supplies. This situation highlights the unintended consequences of protectionist trade policies, often leading to outcomes contrary to their intended goals. The US, once a dominant player in the Canadian energy market, now faces the prospect of losing market share to China. This shift in trade dynamics underscores the interconnectedness of the global economy and the need for careful consideration of the long-term impacts of trade policies. Section 5, the EU caught flat-footed, a wake-up call for the West. The speed and scale of the China-Canada oil deal caught many by surprise, including the European Union. This unexpected development has sent shockwaves through the corridors of power in Brussels, prompting urgent discussions and emergency meetings among EU energy ministers. This agreement serves as a stark reminder of the shifting sands of global trade and the growing influence of China in the energy sector. China's strategic moves in securing energy resources are reshaping the global landscape, challenging the traditional dominance of Western nations. The EU, heavily reliant on external energy sources, now finds itself in a position where it must reassess its energy security strategy. The current crisis has exposed vulnerabilities in the EU's energy infrastructure, highlighting the urgent need for a more resilient and self-sufficient system. The deal highlights the importance for the EU to diversify its energy partnerships and reduce its dependence on any single supplier. Exploring alternative energy sources, including renewables, and forging new alliances will be crucial for the EU's long-term energy security. This agreement serves as a wake-up call for the EU and other Western nations. It underscores the necessity for a coordinated and proactive approach to energy policy, ensuring that the West is not left behind in the race for energy dominance. It underscores the need for proactive engagement in the global energy market and the development of comprehensive strategies to ensure energy security in a rapidly changing world. The West must adapt to these new realities, fostering innovation and collaboration to secure a stable and sustainable energy future. Section 6: Ripples in the EV market, shifting sands of energy demand. The China-Canada oil deal could have ripple effects on the electric vehicle market. This agreement is not just a simple trade deal. It represents a significant shift in global energy dynamics. As Canada increases its oil exports to China, the balance of energy supply and demand could be altered in unforeseen ways. Increased oil flow to Asia might influence global energy prices, potentially impacting the competitiveness of electric vehicles. If oil prices drop due to this increased supply, it could make gasoline-powered vehicles more attractive to consumers, thereby affecting the growth of the EV market. Lower oil prices could slow the adoption of electric vehicles, particularly in price-sensitive markets. In countries where consumers are highly sensitive to fuel prices, cheaper gasoline could delay the switch to electric vehicles, which are often more expensive up front. However, the long-term impact on the electric vehicle market remains uncertain. While lower oil prices might slow EV adoption in the short term, other factors could counterbalance this effect. Factors such as government regulations, technological advancements, and consumer preferences will continue to shape the electric vehicle market's trajectory. Governments around the world are implementing stricter emissions standards and offering incentives for EV purchases, which could drive growth despite lower oil prices. The interplay between traditional energy sources like oil and emerging technologies like electric vehicles will be a defining factor in the future of global energy consumption. As technology advances and consumer preferences shift, the energy landscape will continue to evolve. The China-Canada oil deal adds another layer of complexity to this evolving landscape. It highlights the interconnectedness of global energy markets and the multifaceted challenges that lie ahead in balancing traditional and renewable energy sources. Section 7: The tariff tightrope, navigating the new trade landscape. The China-Canada oil deal adds a new dimension to the complex web of global tariffs. The deal could potentially impact existing tariff structures and influence future trade negotiations. As China and Canada strengthen their economic ties, they might explore reducing tariffs on energy products, further solidifying their partnership. Such a move could impact other trading blocs, including the United States and the European Union, forcing them to reevaluate their tariff policies. The evolving dynamics of global trade require nations to carefully navigate the complex world of tariffs. The China-Canada oil deal serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of global trade and the need for flexible and adaptable trade policies. Section 8: A New World Order, Reshaping Global Trade Alliances. The China-Canada oil deal is emblematic of a broader shift in global trade alliances. Traditional partnerships are being re-evaluated as nations seek to secure their economic interests in a rapidly changing world. China's rise as a global economic powerhouse is reshaping the global trade landscape. Its insatiable demand for resources and its willingness to forge new partnerships are creating both opportunities and challenges for other nations. This evolving global order demands adaptability and strategic thinking. The China-Canada oil deal serves as a potent reminder that the rules of global trade are constantly being rewritten. Section 9. Conclusion. The shifting tides of global energy. The China-Canada oil deal marks a significant development in the global energy market. It highlights the shifting dynamics of global trade, the growing influence of China, and the need for nations to adapt to a new world order. The long-term implications of this deal are far-reaching, potentially impacting energy prices, trade alliances, and the transition to cleaner energy sources. As the world grapples with the challenges of climate change and energy security, the China-Canada oil deal serves as a stark reminder of the complex interplay of geopolitics and energy. The future of global energy is in flux. The China-Canada oil deal is just one chapter in a much larger story.